Hello and welcome. In today's session, I'm going to share with you the 5 stages of buying lead holders. This is aimed at people who are either new to lead holders or have been using them for a while. What are the most appropriate lead holders or accessories at what stage of your lead holder journey? It is not very complex, but the lead holders can seem a bit intimidating. And when I say lead holders, I'm talking about 2 mechanical pencils. This is actually very simple. All you need is 3 things. First is the pencil itself. Second is something that you can sharpen it with, so a lead pointer. The third thing you need is refills or replacement leads that you can use with these pencils once you run out of the one that came inside the pencils. If you're just starting out, the pencil that you buy or the lead holder that you buy is going to be a self-contained unit. A lot of lead holders come with built-in lead pointers. So this is not a mandatory requirement to begin with. Also, the 2 graphite lead is huge. This is going to last you a very long time. So if you're buying a lead holder, getting replacement refills or additional refills is not something that you need to do immediately. When you're buying the lead holder, you can go slower on that. With that said, let's demystify this. Across these 5 stages, I will give you clear recommendations. These are my recommendations. They will have my personal biases, likes, and dislikes. You should listen to all of them, and then if you think that there is one which you might enjoy more, by all means get that first. These are not rules cast in stone. Second, reviews of all the products that I'm going to talk about are already on the channel. They are going to be long, detailed 15 to 20 minute sessions where you will know everything that you may possibly want to know about the pencil. Stage 1, when you're just getting started, this is where you've just started getting curious. You've seen a post or you've seen some of your friends or colleagues use these, and you want to explore these writing implements and you want to get your first one. So, there are 3 options that I will provide here. If you want something that is in the budget section, which is slightly lower cost, or you want something that is in the mid range, or you want a more premium option in terms of prices. Now, please note, in this entire video, all the prices that I talk about, my reference prices are going to be the prevailing price points for these products in India. In your markets, the products might be different depending on whether it is the home country of the manufacturer or who is the importer or who is the distributor. So just double check the prices and recalibrate the budget, mid, or premium calibration depending on your market status. All right, so stage 1, what are we looking for in stage 1? We are looking for something which is good to use, which is all purpose, which means it is not a dedicatedly drawing or writing focused product. You should have the flexibility of using it for both use for anything you want. In case you want something that is writing focused or drawing focused, there will be a video. Just check the description. In case it's already there, you can look at writing or drawing recommendations. In this video, we're looking specifically at all purpose. Also, in stage 1, what you will need is something that has an inbuilt or comes with a lead pointer, because you don't want to be stuck with a dull lead and then get annoyed with this product. So all the pencils I'm going to recommend here, you will not have to buy a separate lead pointer with these. So we are looking at the Kohinoor in the budget section, which are the absolute starting points. You can look at the Kohinoor Versatile 5228, 5201. These are very good options. They have lead pointers in the back of the pencils. If you want to spend slightly more, you can look at the Staedtler Mars Technico 780. It is now available in a bunch of colors. There's a black one as well. So these also have fairly decent lead pointers in the back of these pencils. And if you want to spend a little more, and this is where the geography becomes important, because different lead holders will have different prices in different markets. So if you're in Japan, you might find the Kitabushi for a lot cheaper. Here in India, it is at a slight premium. But why I recommend this as the beginner option is because it is the closest you can get to a wooden pencil. You get a version which is in this natural wood color as well. In the pack, it comes with a decent lead pointer. The lead in this is absolutely amazing. So once you get this, you are essentially prepared for the next few rounds because of this lead pointer that you get. So we now move, and since we have the Kitaboshi already, we now move to stage 2 of buying lead holders. So by this stage, I am assuming if you go from stage 1 to stage 2, you have at least one of the products from stage 1 already with you. If you're coming to stage 2 in the budget option, what you should look at is again something from Kohinoor, and we looked at two last time. They have the 5900, which looks like one of their famous wood enclosed pencils. They have a couple of other options, but I would be averse to recommending them. But you can get one more of this if you want, because if you want to use different lead grades, or you want one for home, one for carrying around. So explore Kohinoor. Um, you can also consider something like Scrix. This also comes with a built-in lead pointer at the end, in the end cap. So now here, this is strange because when I bought this first, it was very affordable. But since I got it, the price has been going up. So just see what the prevailing prices in your market are. If they fall in the budget to mid range, you can go ahead with this. Just make sure for this one you watch the video. This is the Scrix Graph X that we're talking about. Make sure you watch the review video. You don't want to be buying grips that are fully chrome here. They're very slippery. Chrome or stainless steel or shiny. Just watch the video once before, should you decide to go ahead with this particular lead holder. Another interesting option for mid-range is going to be a combo where, and this is the first time I'm going to introduce a lead pointer. So you can look at something like an MH500 along with a Staedtler or a KUM Easy Point sharpener. So this is the one I'm talking about. It article number is 51385, I think, on Staedtler. And KUM, I'm pretty sure KUM is the manufacturer and Staedtler white labels this one. But this is a decent product. It gives you two lead options. There's a 2 mm and a 3.15 mm lead compatibility in this. And this was also fairly reasonably priced when I got it. So get something like this along with the MH500, because as great as this pencil is, um, it doesn't come with an inbuilt lead pointer. Also, just be careful if you're coming to this, you should ideally have previously used something with a knurled grip section, something like a Staedtler, or be prepared for a slightly aggressive metal grip. This will take some getting used. If you've been using zero point 0.5 or zero point 0.7 mechanical pencils like the Rotring 500, Pentel Graph Gears, and you're familiar with these, this is a safe buy. But if you're coming in from mechanical pencils, this just test it out first, or just be safe. Get the Staedtler first, 980 Mars Technico, and if you enjoy this and you want more of the knurling here, then go ahead with the Mars. Go ahead with the MH500 from Uni, and then I come to my all-time favorite. If you have some more cash to spare, uh, my strong recommendation will be for the Stellar 925 or 935 2520. So 25 or 35 is just the color. It comes in two color options. This remains. This is how they write the model number, 925 2520. This has been one of my long term favorites, and the reason why it's not at the first stage and the second one is because this also does not have a lead pointer in the end. So if you're getting this, you need to get a lead pointer with it. And I think a good accompaniment for this one is the Mitsubishi Uni lead pointer. Of course, all lead pointers work with all of these pencils, and all of the 2mm leads are compatible with all of the pencils. It's not that you need one in particular, but this one, you have to check out the review of this. Even if briefly, you will be surprised to see how tiny this is. I have another one which is in a different bag and I couldn't find it. I'm not opening this because it's slightly hard to pack again. But check this video out. This is a lovely product. Anyway, so pair this either with this or with this, and that's it. You are sorted. You are good to go. You have a couple of lead pointers with you. Sorry, you have a couple of lead holders or mechanical pencils with you. You've got yourself a lead pointer, and that really is all you need. However, if you are like me and you want to get some more, then stage 3 is somewhere where I would ask you to circle back. So there are some very powerful options, very strong products that I've shared in stage 1 and stage 2. So stage 3 is the consolidation stage, where you basis what you've liked, what your preferences are, you should reconsider the options in stage 1 and stage 2. So that, and in addition, you should consider getting refills or extra leads. These leads again are very easy to get. You can get them in various lead grades. I have HB, B, and 2B from Staedtler. Staedtler sells them in packs of 12. You can get the same ones from Mitsubishi Uni. I think Uni I have F, 2B, and 4B, and these are also fairly readily available, but these are only available in packs of 6. So when you're doing the price comparison, double the price of this to get to this. And if you need something which is absolutely budget, get something like a Kohinoor. I have these in HB, 2B, and 3B is in the mail. I should be getting it any day. Just be warned that Mitsubishi LEDs tend to be a grade darker than what is written on the LED. And if Staedtler is the reference, Mitsubishi will be a grade darker. So Uni HB would be like a Staedtler B or a 2B. And Kohinoor is in the opposite direction. Kohinoor 2B is more like a Staedtler HB or B. So just be mindful. Of course, Kohinoor's LEDs are also the most affordable and they are pretty cool. I like using them a lot. So get yourself spare lead holders, try some additional grades, try a couple of makes if you like, and so consider leads or refills. Now, with this done, we come to the interesting phase, which is stage 4. And by this time, maybe go see a therapist if you think this is becoming an addiction. At the outset, if you have reached here and you don't have the Stadler 9 to 5, you need to get yourself one of these. Once you have this, then there are some other interesting options. If you really love drawing and you haven't already, get yourself a Faber Castell TK9400. It is a lovely and a legendary pencil. The only reason it is so late is because it does not have a built-in lead pointer, and the prices have been a bit strange. While it used to be less than $5 per piece, of late it is trending closer to about $20 in India. If it's affordable, you could get it in stage 2 if you are a drawing focused person. But since we are focusing on more of all purpose usage, and this is not the Faber Castell is not a very good mechanical pencil for writing, is why I did not want to put it here in stage 2. Also, Rotring 300 is another one you can consider. This is, or you can completely skip it, but if you want to complete your collection, this is one of only two 2 lead holders that Rotring still makes. So you can get one of these. This is also drawing focused and not writing focused. Now, if you want to try something that is more unique, that comes in wooden finishes, you can try these stubby little lead holders. They are the same product, different variants. So you can look at the Muji 2 or the Otto. Otto has two variants. This is a Sharp 2.0, and I think the latest one is called the WN03, which is closer to what is sold as Muji. So you can consider these. These are good stage 4 options. Also, at this stage, if you haven't already, go get yourself the MH500, the Stadler Mars Technico 780, or what else are we missing at this point? Maybe this Crix Graph X is also a good one to consider at this stage. And yeah, by this point, I think you have bought almost everything that is worth buying except the lead pointers. And for lead pointers, this is where I would highly recommend one of my favorite lead pointers, which is the KUM AS2 long point. The reason I recommend this here is because it's bulky, it's mostly a desk based lead pointer. It's not very easy to carry around, and this not only works with 2 and 3.15 it is also great for two-stage sharpening of wooden pencils. You can even consider the Kohinoor AS2 at the at stage 3 also. Also at this stage, you might want to consider the Staedtler 502 rotary sharpener here. But be sure you check the compatibility of your range. If you have the Staedtler Mars Technicos or the MH500s or Faber-Castells or maybe the Rotring 300 in your collection, the Scrix Graph X also works with this. So if you have these products, then by all means get this one. It gives you a lovely two lead profile options. One is slightly less sharp, the other one is very, very sharp. Then we move on to the final stage. Stage 5, you'll be a certified lead holder connoisseur. And this is where you want to really start splurging and trying different things. So here, the first product that I'd like to suggest is the Rotring Rapid Pro 2.0. Again, be careful while buying this. It has certain pluses, certain minuses. This is the one I've been using for most of the review. So consider this. Um, there are three products that I'm going to list that I have not tried yet, but they seem to have a lot of positive feedback from the various communities. That is, I am not even sure how to pronounce this. Just read it. CDA. This is the Swiss company Karen Ish. I really don't know. Please tell me someone how to pronounce this. So they have something called a fixed pencil. These also tend to get a bit pricey, which is why I have saved these for stage 4. And anyway, so you have to try. You can try this. There's a Coveco special. Coveco is known for making absolutely amazing fountain pens. The Coveco Sport is a lovely fountain pen, but they also have a Coveco Special, which is a 2 lead holder. They have you should you can consider that. And then there is Conte or Bic Criterium. This is another wonderful product available in 2 Again, these are three that I have not tried, but I have heard good feedback, so you can try it at some point. Once I get my hands on it, I'll put those videos up. Now, if you want to go completely crazy, there is this British company called Yard o Lead, which is effectively a yard of lead because it has 1 yard of graphite inside the pencil. These are sterling silver, extremely expensive, and still handmade somewhere in UK. Is it Bristol? No, Birmingham. I think they're made in Birmingham if I remember correctly. So you can try these. These are crazy expensive. Also, they're not in the standard 2 lead size. I think they use a proprietary 1.1 lead. So you might get stuck in their ecosystem if you get one of these. Also, if you want to continue splurging but with slightly less expenses, you can consider this. Which one is this? I think this is the auto lead pointer. If I'm wrong, just take the description. I would have corrected myself there. This is made of brass. Another very interesting product. And if you want to go further in lead holders, you can look at certain vintage discontinued lead holders that you can source from various. I don't know where you can source them from. You can source them from wherever you can find, but there are some lovely vintage products available. Also, if you want something that is good for rough and tumble and just tossing around, these are extremely inexpensive options. These are Indian made. They're made by this company called Flair and their flanker brand called Hauser, which they say is Germany but is India. Decent products. This one actually could have been a Muji in plastic. Uh, Interesting product. You could check it out. These are like literally, this is 10 cents a pop, and this one is 20 cents or 25 cents US dollars. So you can try these if they're available in your market. And if you want to keep going further, you have options of colored LEDs. So this is a multi-pack that you can get from Staedtler with 6 different colors, 2 LEDs of each color. Or you can get a dedicated pack of red or blue. Or if you don't want to stay with just Staedtler, you can get the same from Mitsubishi Uni. If this is also not enough, you can go beyond 2.5 get something like this. You can go beyond 2 and get something like this, which is a 2.5 lead holder from Kohinoor. Kohinoor actually have a few more in the mail right now. Kohinoor has multiple 2.5 lead holder options also. So you can try these, or you can go even further. I think Kohinoor has a 3.5 or a 5.6 and 5.6 options. Those are really thick, where you want to put down a lot of graphite. I don't have those handy right now, but those could also be interesting. Or you can come down a grade and you can look at 1 1.1 Also, if you read a lot, I particularly enjoy using these colored LEDs for underlining. Apart from that, I've not really found any other utility for these. They're horrible for writing. I bought them thinking that I could use them as colored LEDs for writing, but that just doesn't work out. So it's largely for coloring or shading or underlining, which is the use that I can put this for. And yes, I think by this point, your collection campaign is done. These are absolutely all the 2 lead holders that you can get today. And I hope this helped. As always, this video has gone way beyond what I had expected it would, but I hope you found it useful. Um, Remember to subscribe if you like this. I have a lot more explainers coming in. Uh, be sure to check out the writer's guide to buying 2 lead holders. There are some changes that I make in that video on the buying order, or the pencils you should and should not buy. Also, if you want to know why lead holders are such a big part of my writing world, there's another video which again is either out or is coming out soon, where I talk about why I love these instruments so much, and I compare them. I contrast my experiences with wooden pencils, with fountain pens, and with point 0.5 and point 0.7 mechanical pencils. And I share why I prefer these over most of those most of the time. And of course, all of these individual reviews, lead holders, pencils, check it out, have fun. And if you have any questions or queries, leave them in the comment section below. And as always, thank you very much for your time and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.